Welcome back to the training, Creating a Trauma-Informed Library. We've now moved to Module 4, Creating a Trauma-Informed Library for Supervisors and Administrative Staff. This is Lesson 12, Trauma-Informed Supervision. Effective trauma-informed supervision includes the following: clear, open, honest, and frequent communication at all times, regular meetings, flexible timing and location of supervision to the extent possible, acknowledgement of the power imbalance and efforts to mitigate that imbalance, like seeking feedback from your employees and letting them have as much say in their supervision and work responsibilities as possible, regular check-ins to ensure supervision style is effective. What is effective for one person may not be effective with another. Boundaries. Supervision is not therapy. Rather, supervision is more like coaching. At the most, supervision should only go into how life circumstances impact an individual's performance at work and how to prevent work from being too negatively impacted. If additional support is needed, referring staff to benefits like your library's EAP is appropriate. Recognition of the good and the bad. When something happens that needs to be corrected, make sure a group is not being corrected or blamed for something an individual did. If an individual needs correcting, discreetly discuss that correction with the individual responsible for the problem. Studies have shown that people remember about 5 positives to every 1 negative. This means that in order for a person to have a neutral to positive feeling about supervision, they need to have 5 positive interactions for every negative interaction. Make sure to acknowledge how appreciative you are for employees' hard work and let them know when they are doing well. Effective trauma-informed supervision can help prevent burnout. Employees will also likely feel more valued. Consider including a tool like the ProQual into supervision to assess for burnout and how satisfied employees are with their jobs. It may spark an important conversation. Talking with employees about their self-care plans may be beneficial too. A link to the ProQual is in the resources and additional learning slide. Never require staff to debrief after a traumatic event. Requiring someone to relive a traumatic event before they are ready can be damaging to the healing process. It is likely they may need to fill out an incident report or be involved in an incident report being filed, which is reliving the event enough. If they want to discuss a traumatic event that happened at work, they should be encouraged to do so in supervision, but requiring someone to discuss trauma in supervision is discouraged. Likewise, do not single out specific team members or groups to ask if they want to share their experiences, particularly if those people have marginalized identities. When you know something stressful or traumatic has happened, make yourself available to people you supervise as much as possible. Of course, keep in mind the oxygen mask principle. You need to maintain your own boundaries, especially if you are also processing and healing from that event. If possible, talk to the people you supervise before a traumatic event happens to better know what would support them during stressful times. Ask if they have a self-care plan. Ask about what kind of things they appreciate or need during stressful times. Do they like chocolate? Do they appreciate a hug? Or would they rather have some extra quiet time to do some work alone? By knowing these things in advance, you can reduce the mental burden of having to think through those things when mental processes are already strained. Too many questions or choices when someone is stressed can be overwhelming, no matter how well-intentioned. That's it for this lesson. Please follow the links to any additional resources that you want to learn about, including that ProQual tool that I discussed. Otherwise, I will see you in the next lesson.